that were here over in the bleachers?
I know, we know Stephen Bardo.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if watching games and all that kind of stuff. We didn't really live in Illinois. Back then we were in Atlanta and that kind of stuff. So we moved here 10 years ago.
Yeah. And you're also pretty young.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so Joe, we've got you in this interview to talk about Mike's game because he's known as, like, he was called the greatest shooter in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
How does he get open for shots?
He's crafty. He reminds me of Stephen Curry, to be honest with you. You know, not the strongest guy, but he knows the angles and he knows when he can get a shot off. You know, when to penetrate with the pressure. I think this year especially has helped him too with the double teams. His ball handling's gotten a lot better, so he's finding the angles a lot better. I was over here point guard, so when I was a senior, he was a sophomore. He was the off guard. He was a 2 guard. So all he had to do was shoot. Now he's working off the dribble more. You know, bringing the ball up. You know, that's defense. So I think I think when we used to play against each other when we were little, it was like, how old were we, 8 or 9? We were like a little tight coop in the basement. We go 2-on-1, me and my little brother, who's in 8th grade. We played 2-on-1 in the basement all the time, and from there on out, you know, just always banging each other, and he's used to the pounding.
What's it like playing against Joe? He's physically larger than you are.
No, he's got a different build than me. He's a little bit wider and stuff, so I mean, that helped with, you know, he's a good defender too. For his size, he's a really good defender, so I mean, having that coming up throughout my childhood was just a blessing, to be honest.
Do you guys play like street ball? Do you play mostly in organized stuff?
For the most part, yeah, you know. We usually work out together all the time, you know. On weekends, you know, on Friday nights, you know, we choose to go shoot, you know, do kind of stuff like that, you know. Weightlifting, all that stuff. We didn't play much one-on-one. As we got older, we guys tried to, like, you know, work with each other instead of against each other. So when he was a sophomore, I was a senior, you know, being teammates, that was a big bonding year for us, especially. Because we went through the ups and downs of the season, you know, such a high school season. He was a good lifeline, you know, to have for both of us. You know, if we were having trouble, I'd have trouble, I'd go to him, and vice versa, because he was younger. So, I mean, it was a great season, that in general. And then, you know, now that I'm out of the game, I go to all of his games, and I make sure that I, you know, dissect his game, you know, things that, you know, he might not notice on the court that I can notice being a former player. So it's, you know, it's great that I'm at home this past semester, so I could do that and help him out. So.
Okay, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Now, what I want to know about the difference between like street ball and AAU organized stuff is how do you keep your shots from becoming too like categorized? You know, like you got to keep the mid-range jumper and not just get accustomed to shooting from the same spot on the floor. How do you do that?
I mean, it's kind of just, you know, give or take what the defense gives you. But you got to work on all 3 levels, whether it be the three-pointer, the mid-range, or even attacking the hoop. So, I mean, for me, I try to start off the game attacking the hoop because once they honor that, they can back off a little more, and that's when I can shoot. So, you know, just kind of strategizing like that. So, you know, I think that's what helps me, especially just kind of taking that and just kind of strategically getting that down.
How many hours a day or how many hours a week do you practice shooting? Just shooting?
Just shooting?
Yeah.
I'd say all of my training, probably like 2.5 hours a day. I mean, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but shooting, probably like an hour, hour and a half, just straight shooting.
Yeah.
A lot of shots.
How many free throws?
Oh, I do a lot of that too. I try to make 20 in a row before I leave the gym every night. So.
And like, what other things apart from shooting are you able to do by yourself? I mean, you got a guy like Joe, and you got a big family of brothers. Dunk over the little ones.
You know, I mean, I think I consider myself pretty athletic. So, you know, obviously the mid-range, that helps out with the mid-range, and you know, you can't get your shot off unless you can handle the ball. So, you got to hone in on those skills, and then the rest is kind of cool.
All right, thanks, Mike.